Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Okay, so let's get into the price action. So we're looking at a diagonal possibility here. That's invalidated for the most part now. So the way that I'd be looking at this is either we've had a triangle in here and the fifth wave is actually completed as a diagonal here. And we could actually be starting this move down in a fourth wave, the orange fourth wave we have marked out here. And the typical zone we'd be looking for is this 21927 to this 19719. That would be the whole zone that we could be looking to travel. So there's two ways of looking at this move. Basically, we can either look at it as having completed here and we're forming a flat correction to start this move, or alternatively, like I said, we complete effectively it would be here. This is an A, B, C, D, E into here, and then we have this as a diagonal to complete this fifth wave. So if this is the case, what we would have here is then that potentially this is a 5-wave move to start this. And the way I'd be looking at this is potentially like this, where this is all a third wave, fourth wave, and a fifth wave. We got to be careful a little bit with this because we can argue that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here completed. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we'll have to see whether this fourth wave area holds. But effectively, what we'd be looking for is further rejection to the downside here. And we are right in that 0.382 area. So if we do maintain this as resistance, then we could actually look for this fifth wave to the downside. So this area would be this zone of this 23,180. To this 2317 area. This would be a zone we could look to expect rejection of. So we can also see we're actually back testing this channel that we had previously been holding. And I'm still looking for potential to actually move down and test the bottom of this channel, though there is nothing saying that that does have to happen at this point. But if we're looking at this as a flat, it's a possibility we could actually get this just complete as a 5-wave move and then we push up. Alternatively, if we do get this as a 5-wave move to the downside like we have marked here, what we could then see is further rejection on the upside. So I'm going to just mark out this zone here, which could be an area which we could look to travel with a fifth wave as long as there's not further extension. If there's further extension, we might move through this zone, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But basically what we'd be looking for is the potential of moving into this 23,383 to this 22,196 zone. If we do maintain this and there's no extension and we move into this fifth wave area, what we would have to be careful on the retracement is basically to see how we react again in this zone of this 786 to this 0.5. This would be a zone that we could actually look to face further rejection and then look to move to the downside again. So I'm just going to mark this up. Just going to mark the top, bottom, and then basically this little center bit here. So this is a zone that we could actually look to come back and actually retest this channel again if we do move, if we are going to extend to the downside. So what we'd be looking for is basically to see whether we get a zigzag here or whether we start to form bigger impulsive structure to the downside. Because we've been talking about this for a while. We need this fourth wave to prove itself, and I don't think it completed in here. There is a way of counting it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 into this point, and then we could be looking to break down from here. But I don't think that that is correct. But we'll have to just keep an eye on it. We'll have to see how this move progresses. But basically, what I'm seeing here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this box zone. Then we'll be looking for this to see if we get a rejection back here and see if this turns out to be a zigzag. So invalidation of this would actually come by crossing back above this 23,960. And if we do actually cross back above that, we would have to just look at this as a flat here and then potentially looking to extend back to the upside. And if we do have that case play out effectively, I'm just going to check it and make sure it's still valid. So there would be the 24,660 to this 24,139. If we actually move into this zone, effectively what would happen then is we would would complete this fifth wave, and then we would actually look for a bigger breakdown from that point. So it's important to see what happens off the back of this 5-wave move. If we come back up here into this resistance zone, we could look to pretty much come back and maybe test this 50% or retest this 0.618 and test that channel again and the top of the other channel, and then look to actually break down for that C wave. So if that's the case, what I would be looking for roughly as a target would be a 1-to-1 of this 21,708. That would actually bring us down into a few areas here. It would be testing some of these previous channels that we had as support, as well as coming back into this support zone here for this fourth wave. So it is possible this fourth wave could actually look to push much lower. So we'll have to just keep an eye on the structure here, because if it extends further down towards this 1236 or this 1382, it brings us more in line with this previous fourth over here. And alternatively, if this move to the downside actually crosses this 1.618, then we have a much bigger 5-wave move here, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, which could actually look to push down deeper into this zone and potentially target out the lower range of that box area. So if this does play out, what we would be looking for is a deeper move. So we got to just keep an eye on this zone. I'm actually going to mark it up. This 20,774. That could be an area that if we cross, we get a bigger 5-wave move to the downside. But until we actually have validation of that, I am just anticipating a zigzag, but we will have to see what happens here. Like I said, moving back above this 23,960 would actually invalidate this. So the other way we can look at this, and I'm just going to switch this over to this, would be looking at a flat from further back here, where this is actually the completion of this bigger third wave here, where we could look at this as an A, a B, and then looking for this as a C wave to the downside. So we talked about this yesterday, that there's potentially a way to read this from this point here as an A, a B, and a C, looking at this. And the zone we were talking about is actually falling right within this area here of this fifth wave we have marked up here. So if we do get this structure play out like this, then what we could be looking for is actually that reversal to the upside again from this point here. Or alternatively, this could become an A wave, then we move up for a B wave and we actually reject again. So it's going to be important to see what happens off the back of the C wave. If we form this ABC to the downside and we come into this zone here of this 23,383 to this 22,196, then it's possible that we could actually look to break back to the upside here, and effectively what this would be is just a flat correction, and we would then be looking at this move from here. If I can get it on there, there basically into this low point, and the target area for this wouldn't be very high at all. It would be back up here at this 23,993 to this 23,584, but we'd have to monitor this move to see it within the structure, because if we take it from higher up, if we take the overall move, then we have the target of this potentially 25,045 to this 24,370. So if we do actually look to extend up past that zone, then this could be an area we actually look to move into. So this would be that 25,045 to this 24,370. So that would be an area I'd be watching out for. Yeah, so but the potential area for this fourth wave is lower down, so we need to just give it a bit of time and see what happens, because like I said, we could see this play out as an ABC, then we push back up for a B wave, then we actually push back down for another C wave, and that would actually tie in quite nicely to a bigger corrective structure, which is a bit more complex for this fourth wave. So we're going to have to give it a bit of time, see how we progress down from here. If we get a move back above this high point after this C wave, then I would think that we are potentially already within this fifth wave, and we're actually looking to push up higher. Alternatively, if we do not manage to do that and we face rejection again in this 23,604 to this 23,115, effectively we could actually look to break down even further. So we just got to see what happens in this zone. Once we have a bit more information on this, we will do another update video. But basically, this is my thoughts at the moment. I am anticipating this push down for this fifth, And if we don't get that, if it is completed, what we would want to see is whether we manage to actually, so if we are completed here, like I said, as a 1 2 3 4 5, and then this is a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 into here, effectively our rejection area would be this 23,221 all the way up to this 23,641. If we do extend up here and we move into this zone, it's possible we could set up for another 1 2, and then we actually look to break down in a much bigger structure. So you just got to be a little bit careful with this one, see how it plays out. But effectively this fourth wave could potentially be completed. If I mark out from here to here, the 1 to 1 would actually take us towards the top end of this box, is 23,180, though we though a minimum sort of requirement has already been met because we've come up to this 618 area. So it is possible this could be completed already. We'll have to see how this plays out. A move past this 23422 would indicate to me that we are already starting this fifth wave to the upside. So yeah, we just got to give it a bit of time. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down in the comment section below. We are always happy to hear from you, so why not drop something down there. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to Discord. Why not come and check it out? It's free to join. Once in the general chat area, just add mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Also in the description, you'll find affiliate links for BYBIT and PrimeXBT, both great exchanges that we use when we're doing our trading. If you don't have an account already, using the affiliate link helps support the channel. You do also get a deposit bonus if you meet the requirements, which could be found on the website. So why not have a look at it? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.